I'm getting another tattoo today.
Think it's time to call it quits.
I don't know if you follow me on TikTok. I think I've talked about this on YouTube too. I got my first 2 tattoos not that long ago here in Mexico City. This one says "As I Am," and this one is a Japanese kanji for strength. Today I'm getting ikigai, and if you know me, you know this is a Japanese concept that I am very, very obsessed with. I learned about ikigai in Neil Patricia's The Happiness Equation, and I became obsessed with it. Then I just started to read about ikigai. Fun fact, before I moved to Mexico City, I actually wanted to move to Okinawa because that is a place in Japan where they just really live ikigai, and I've been saying it a million times and haven't explained what the concept is. Basically, it's like your reason for being. It's the intersection between what you love, what the world needs, what you're good at, and what you can be paid for, and that is your ikigai. And in Okinawa, that's one of the blue zones in the world. Basically, a blue zone is like where there are some of the longest living people in the world. And Okinawa is one of them, and part of the reason is because they believe in this concept of ikigai. It's like your reason to get up in the morning, a purpose and a way to contribute, and I've just really loved that. And so I want to get ikigai tattooed on my body because I like tattoos to be a reminder of how I want to live my life. So that is what we're doing today. I'm very excited. I think I'm gonna get it here. I was hesitant about getting it on my arms because I am still trying to model and be signed, and I know that that can be an issue, but I'm like, if you want to work with me, then you have to work with all of me, and that includes body art. So it's going to be pretty tiny, but I know that, like, at least in the past, I was signed to an agency when I was much younger, and that was a rule. Like, we were not allowed to be tattooed. So we'll see if it impacts my future modeling career, but for now, we're going to get this tattoo. My tattoo artist's name is Julio. He is fabulous. He tattoos quite a few of my friends, and I said quite a few, a couple, but I'm excited to go to his studio and for y'all to meet him.
Where did I learn?
Yeah.
Actually, I think you won't believe me, but in YouTube.
Really?
Yes, and that's the truth.
Hear this? YouTube University.
Yes. Well, not only YouTube, I have a lot of friends helping me.
Yeah.
And giving me like tips and things like that.
Yeah.
The thing is, I used to be an office worker. I was a graphic designer.
Oh, okay.
And I did motion graphics mostly for 4 years, I think. While I started tattooing, it was really, really tired.
Yeah.
Because I tattooed on weekends and some days at night. I started tattooing like 8 or 9 p.m. and finish around 5 or 6 a.m.
Wow.
Then get a shower and go to the office because I had to pay the rent.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was my apprentice. Technically, I still do the same work.
Right.
But now I work with people. That's something I like more.
Yeah.
There we were in downtown walking, and it was this sign, you know, the ones that you get on the street sellers.
Yeah.
With the fluorescent paper, and it said tattoo kit for beginners. And I was like, okay, let's see. I went to ask how much, and it wasn't that expensive, so the next week I went to buy it.
Okay.
And it took me like a year just to find out how to put the
Yeah.
needles with
Just
the
open it.
Yes, and a lot of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Actually, there was this Argentinian guy on
Yeah.
YouTube. I don't remember what is his name now.
Yeah.
It was almost 10 years ago. And he made these lessons on the tattooing and how to set up a tattoo machine, and it was cool. And so I learned from him. It's been a weird journey in this. Because for real, I don't know why people think that I wanted to be like a tattoo artist since I was a child, and I'm from a middle class family that didn't like tattoos, and they thought that it was only for prisoners and criminals and that. So for real, I got my first tattoo at 26 years.
Okay.
I was old, and also it was the same year as I started tattooing.
Okay.
I think in February I got my first tattoo, and in October I was started doing my first tattoo.
Wow.
Yeah, when I get the first one, it was like, okay, that's it. I like this shit.
Do you feel like it's your ikigai?
I don't know if it's an ikigai, because my ikigai is drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to draw and design, and it doesn't matter if I do it on the skin or in paper. That's what I love. But the good thing about tattooing is that I get to know a lot of people, and I also love meeting new people. And
You're very good with people.
yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm adorable.
Of course.
Of course. And yeah, it's a good thing. I have a lot of friends. They started as clients and now are friends, and that's good. The greatest thing about the work. I tell people, I feel like I don't know. You saw the movie, the Batman, the one with the Joker, and the Joker tells like, do you think that I look like a guy that has a plan? I feel the same, and it's been a lot of years of just improvisation.
Yeah. And I would say, if you are someone who is struggling to determine what your ikigai is, because it's not something I think that we're encouraged to find out, right? To start by focusing on the what you love part of the equation. I think we've been conditioned in a lot of our cultures to focus on the, what you can make money for part, the what you can monetize part of ikigai, and we lose sight of the other things. So my advice to you would just really figure out what you love and be honest with yourself about it. That's different from what you're good at doing. I think those two can also get confused. You can be good at something and still not love it. So yeah, just really focus on figuring out what it is that you love, what brings you joy, and then work from there. And I understand too, we need to survive in this world, and that means money. And so I get, focusing more on the what you can monetize part of the equation. I mean, I feel like I have been doing that my whole life, so I'm not shaming anyone who puts a lot more priority in that area, especially if you have a family and people that you have to provide for. But yeah, I think if you're just curious and want to figure out what your ikigai is, start with the what you love part. Yeah, I'm really happy that you guys got to meet Julio. He's fabulous. I'm so grateful to know him, and I'll make sure to put his information down below so you can book a little tattoo appointment if you desire when you come to Mexico City. And I also wanted to thank you all for all of the kind comments you left under my last video. I feel like every time I build up to releasing a video. I'm so nervous, and y'all remind me every time that I have nothing to be nervous about because I have such a welcoming and supportive community. So thank you. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for being so kind and supportive all of the time. And as always, thank you for being here.
Think it's time